Welcome to Rebable AI, your daily AI briefing. It's the 15th of July, and we've got 26 stories for you today. Let us dive in. Part 1. Focus. First up today, over 200 scholars, including Nobel laureates, Jeff Dean, and executives from OpenAI and Anthropic, have signed a joint statement titled, "We Must Act Now." They warn that AI's economic impact could surpass the Industrial Revolution, accelerating at an exponential rate. The group urges governments, policymakers, and tech leaders to take immediate action. They call for establishing incentives and protections in labor markets and social systems to address potential mass job losses. Next, security researchers revealed that xAI's Grok build CI uploaded users' entire Git repositories to a Google Cloud Storage bucket without authorization. This included private code and unencrypted keys, although xAI disabled this behavior via a server-side flag and offered a zero data retention option, and Elon Musk promised to delete the uploaded data. The incident has sparked a trust crisis. Developers are now highly concerned about the privacy and security of AI agents. Meanwhile, Meta has announced a massive expansion of its Hyperion super data center in Louisiana to 5 gigawatts. The total investment has jumped from $10 billion to $50 billion. Expected to be completed by 2032, it will become one of the world's largest AI infrastructures. However, the project has sparked local controversy due to its 20-year tax exemption, massive power consumption, and environmental impact. In other news, Microsoft researchers, including Sebastian Bubeck, confirmed that OpenAI's new GPT 5.6 Sol Ultra model has solved a 50-year-old math puzzle. The model successfully tackled the number 793 problem regarding the extremal asymptotics of two primitive sets. Without any prompting, it delivered a brief and elegant construction. This significantly improved existing proof methods, demonstrating the model breakthrough reasoning capabilities in pure mathematics. And to wrap up this section, Skyfall AI has released Morpheus, the world's first real-world continuous reinforcement learning simulation platform. Unlike traditional game environments that reset in minutes, Morpheus simulates a non-stop noisy enterprise environment that never resets. It is designed to test the continuous learning capabilities of advanced large language models when facing ideational failures. Part 2. Trends. Turning now to our next section, OpenAI has released its GPT 5.6 Sol model, alongside ChatGPT work for office tasks and the Codex programming assistant. Because Sol consumes tokens rapidly during long context and multi-agent tasks, OpenAI adjusted its context limit from 372K to 272K. They also fine-tuned the juice reasoning effort levels and introduced banked rentodes for paid users to help ease limit anxiety. Next up, Hugging Face announced that its Transformers library models can now run at native speeds within the VLM inference engine. This breakthrough eliminates a major pain point for developers who previously had to write duplicate model code for research training in Transformers and production deployment in VLLM. The update significantly boosts deployment efficiency across the open-source AI ecosystem. Finally, for today, French AI startup Mistral has released its first embodied AI navigation model, Robostrom Nagadate. This 8 billion parameter model relies solely on a single standard RGB camera and natural language instructions. It guides robots through complex navigation tasks in unknown, dynamic environments. The model achieved a state-of-the-art score of 76.6% on the R2RC benchmark. Finally, for this section, Anthropic analyzed over 300,000 real conversations and found that Claude X expressed values are not static. Sonnet 4.6 appears warmer and more compliant, while Opus 4.7 is more rigorous and cautious. Language also alters its attitude. Claude shows the highest warmth in Hindi and Arabic, but tends to be more rigorous and corrective in English and Russian. Part 3. Tools. First up in tools, AnySearch, an AI search engine designed for AI agents, has topped Product Hunt. Instead of returning redundant web links and ads, it uses same source decay and information density arbitration algorithms. This delivers denoised, real-time structured information in mic directly to agents. It covers both public web info and high-quality vertical data, significantly reducing agent token, consumption, and latency. Next up, Stanford researchers have open-sourced Shepherd, a snapshot and version control tool for AI agent execution environments. It records conversation history, running processes, temporary files, memory states, and kbyte caches. When an agent makes a mistake, Shepherd allows a one-click recall to a healthy checkpoint. It can also reuse 95% of the kbyte cache to save tokens. Moving on, Bloom is a zero-configuration documentation framework open. Sourced by OpenAI developers, users simply drop in a MIG folder to automatically build a modern documentation website. It features a SEO optimization, local search, and an Ask AI assistant. It also natively supports Elm's FETIFs and MECAP services, making it easy for other AI agents to read. In other news, Calibri is an innovative local inference framework. It allows users to run the 744 billion parameter GLM 5.2 model on consumer devices with just 25 gigabytes of memory. Calibri keeps dense parts like attention in memory while storing routing experts on disk, loading them on demand via per-layer LU caching. Combined with preloading and speculative decoding, it achieves usable speeds. And to wrap up this section, how AI Lab has open-sourced FastAFD. This DRE is specifically designed for NVIDIA SGB200 Inbri L72 system to decouple attention and feed-forward network layers by deploying attention and FFN layers on different GPU nodes connected via InbreLink. FastAFD increases the decoding throughput of each GPU by 1.35 to 1.45 times. Part 4. Learning. Starting our research section, a joint team from Zhejiang University and Ant Group has published a paper identifying the bottleneck of machine learning agents. They argue it is not writing code, but the high cost of running experiments. The team proposed the foraging framework. It uses large language models to implicitly predict candidates' suitability via data reports without running code, boosting search efficiency sixfold. Finally today, a team from Peking University and the Chinese Academy of Sciences published research in science. Using the physical conductance drift of phase change memory, they designed a 40 nanometer in-memory computing chip for neurodynamic systems. The chip reduces 3D cortical reconstruction latency to sub-10 milliseconds. This is nearly 500 times faster than an A100 GPU, with over 10-fold lower power consumption. Finally, for this section, a new self-supervised learning method called BizRidge, highly praised by Yan LeCun, prevents representation collapse by decoupling regularization into separate scale and shape objectives. This solves the vanishing gradient problem found in traditional segreg during collapse. Experiments show BizRidge matches 1 of 2 performance on out of distribution benchmarks while using only about 1/10 of the training data. Part 5. Business. First up in business news, video generation and real-world model leader Aishi Technology has completed its Series C funding round, raising a total of 2.98 billion won. Alabel led the Series E+ round, with participation from Wang Huiyuan's family office and other global institutions. The funds will support PICS, verse video model research, global expansion, and industrial deployment. Next, general-purpose humanoid robot company LIMS Dynamics has completed a pre-IEPO funding round of nearly $200 million. This brings its post-money valuation to 15 billion won. Global investors including IDG Capital, Lens Technology, and Stone Capital participated. The funding will accelerate brain-body integration technology and scale deployment of thousands of robots. And to wrap up this section, Data Fracom orchestration giant Prefect has officially acquired its competitor Dagster. The merger of these two open-source community leaders aims to build a next-generation autonomous software automation platform. By combining Dagster's declarative assets with Prefect's flexible execution, they plan to explore new directions in agentic orchestration. Part 6. Community. Starting our community section, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella warned that enterprises pay a double price when using closed-source AI models, money, and valuable business data, including prompts, agent tool calls, and error feedback. He urged businesses to build private learning loops using open-source models and cloud hosting to maintain their data sovereignty. Moving on, the community is debating how AI is changing programming paradigms. Resigners like Geofoder note that as AI coding agents mature, the micro-problem-solving joy of manual coding is disappearing. Handwriting code may even be seen as selfishly inefficient. The future will focus on understanding computer systems and directing AI rather than writing syntax. Finally, for this section, a University of Tokyo mathematical physicist shared that Claude Fable 5 solved a supersymmetric quantum field theory and topology problem that had stumped him for 6 months. The model provided correct algebraic topology insights and wrote SymPy code to verify them, demonstrating AI's potential to assist in frontier science. Part 7. More. Finally today, New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced a 1-year moratorium on new data centers using 50 megawatts of electricity or more. The pause aims to assess environmental impacts on the power grid, water resources, and climate goals. This marks the first state-level ban on data center construction amid the AI infrastructure boom. Moving on, Apple is suing OpenAI and its hardware subsidiary, IO Products. The lawsuit accuses OpenAI of systematically poaching Apple's hardware team. It also claims they exploited system vulnerabilities to illegally access Apple's network repositories. Apple alleges that OpenAI stole core hardware trade secrets, including unreleased motherboard designs and metal surface treatment process. These secrets were allegedly used to speed up the development of OpenAI's own AI and native smart devices. And to wrap up this section, under pressure from EU antitrust regulators, Meta has been forced to open its social ecosystem. As a result, OpenAI has re-ennoed ChatGPT on WhatsApp. In the European Economic Area, users can now access the service directly through official verified accounts. They can engage in multimodal conversations and generate images without even needing to register an account. That's all 26 stories for today. Full written coverage is linked in the description. See you tomorrow.